Hello, I'm universally acclaimed film director Anderson Marx. Allow me to walk you down my path to becoming a cinema legend. My story begins in the back of a pickup truck in a Burger King parking lot in the spring of 1984.
Anderson.
Excuse me, I'm trying to do a thing here.
Yeah, okay, but this one isn't about you.
What? This is the Evanston Lives thing, right? About my career?
No, it's about Leslie and Travis.
Who?
Leslie and Travis.
Wait, the extras? One of my first big hits was the 2011 horror film The Milkman Cometh, starring future Evanston Mayor Eric Bravo. This was a harrowing, bloody tale of terror with important messages about peer pressure and family values. And it was where Leslie and Travis met on the set for the first time, sitting in as dead bodies.
I'm sending you back to hell! And then I'm finishing my route. Louise! Oh, what happened? Louise!
I'm sorry, Dad. You told me not to drink the milk. My friends just kept saying how good it was. The pressure was just too much. I only meant to have a sip, just a little sip. But then once it got in,
Louise! If only I had been home more. I shouldn't have been married to my job. Delivering glass bottles of milk door to door, 2, maybe 3 hours a day. I miss my little girl growing up strong, with healthy teeth and healthy bones. And now, at Christmas, the first anniversary of our Christmas cow, for this demon to have slipped into our lives. And you took my daughter.
Yes, I did.
And all these other random dead people.
Necessary casualties.
You've taken everything from me. My livelihood, my family, my trust in the pasteurization process.
Yes, and this is only the beginning. Only the first 2%.
Now you've gone too far. There's only one way to end you.
Don't even think about it, Milkman.
I don't have a choice. It is my dairy destiny. Excuse me. My very destiny.
I'll eat you from the inside!
Bottoms up.
No, no, no!
In 2012, I finally took a film class and really got into film as an art form. Foreign films in particular became an obsession, and so I set out to create the most artistic, some would say, pretentious piece of art possible. And it was here, without us noticing, these 2 extras would have their first date.
Ich liebe dich in die Ewigkeit, mein Hengst.
Sandra, meine Liebe ist ewig, wie diese Blumen.
Mein Liebling, die Blumen würden sterben.
Vielleicht, aber meine Liebe stirbt nicht.
Ja, aber du sagst, dass deine Liebe für immer ist, wie die Blumen. als ob die Blumen unsterblich seien. Siehst du?
Du machst das wieder.
Was mache ich?
Du tust das immer.
Ich weiß nicht, was du meinst.
Kannst du nicht mich das haben lassen?
Na also.
Meine Liebe ist ewig wie Zombies.
Das ist besser.
Jean, qui est-ce?
Jan, wer ist das?
Das ist ein bisschen peinlich.
Cette femme, est-elle une prostituée?
Das hat mit diesem nichts zu tun.
Jean, rentre à la maison avec moi. Maintenant.
Jan, du hast gesagt, unsere Liebe ist für ewig, wie die Blumen.
Les fleurs mourront.
Das habe ich gesagt.
Et sans l'amour de Jean, je les rejoindrai.
Nicht vor mir!
Damen, ich habe genug Liebe für euch beide.
Juan, mi amor, yo tengo tus flores, son tan bonitas. Sofía, mi amor es eterno, como estas flores. Con amor, Juan. Jean?
Oh boy.
Turns out the American public does not respond at all to the artsy crap. All they want to see is police procedurals with needlessly complicated plots full of unrealistic twist. So that's what I made next. 2015 saw our biggest hit to date, and there were Travis and Leslie portraying unimportant background actors once again. Little did we know, their relationship was growing.
I bet you're wondering how we finally tracked you down. I actually kind of...
See, it all started this morning when we found out the victim, Mr. Page, was cheating on his wife.
With his business partner's wife.
They ran a genealogy business.
Wife's brother found out and decided to blackmail our Vic.
To get the money, Mr. Page sold a mint-condition Mickey Mantle rookie card.
Or so we thought. Turns out the card was fake. The buyer was irate.
See, the buyer was Mickey Mantle's great-grandson.
Or so we thought. Turns out he was lied to all his life. Mr. Page used his genealogy skills to set the record straight.
The buyer confronted his father about the lie, and the father was furious, and this guy had strong mafia ties.
A known mafia hitman was ID'd lurking around the area. We decided to bring him in.
Only this was a CIA agent working undercover.
He said Mr. Page wasn't on any mafia hit lists.
So we thought it was a dead end. We backtracked, back to the partner's wife's brother, the blackmailer.
Discovered he was using the money on drugs, so we talked to his dealer.
And how's this for coincidence? Turns out the dealer and Mr. Page switched at birth. How's that for motive?
And how do we know this? We found out from a rival genealogy company.
And that's not all. The owner of that company also owns the bar whose alleyway Mr. Page was murdered in.
And guess who was bartending the night of the murder?
Yup, Mickey Mantle's supposed great-grandson.
And all this is just scratching the surface. We also found out...
I thought you guys just saw me shooting him on the surveillance video.
What?
Yeah, it's been on all the tabloid news sites for like 5 hours now. Here, look.
Oh, is that a gun?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to shoot you with it, Mr. Page. Or should I say, Mrs. Davis.
In the summer of 2016, the Midwest organization of Tricycle Racing was celebrating its 25th great race on the same day as Evanston's second biggest competition. So with their resources stretched thin, WEBS offered me a 4-figured contract to make sure this other event went well. Knowing what we were up against, I called in my 2 most reliable extras to pad the attendance.
Buck Dandy here with the biggest non-tricycle related competition in Evanston today. It's the 23rd annual Greater Evanston Invitation Only Pie Eating Contest. Marion Towns, what makes us so lucky as to have the mayor of Evanston in today's event?
Hello, overrated television personality. Luckily, the lack of suitable challengers in this fall's election has given me the chance to entertain the easily amused common folk of this town.
Your Honor, this is your 4th attempt in trying to win this coveted contest. What keeps you coming back for more?
Well, I like pies.
Fantastic! And Marion Towns, you have chosen the cherry crumb pie, is that correct? Any reason why?
Because it's red, like the blood of my victim.
And Your Honor, you have chosen the blueberry pie. What can you tell our viewers as to why you've chosen that pie?
Well, I like blueberries.
Sounds great! Well, I'm going to get out of the way, and we'll let this battle go underway. All right, competitors, shake hands. There we go. All right, and 3.14 pie!
Come on, lift the pie! Come on! What are you doing? He's got his hands pie! Come on! Come on!
Come on, Judge.
Come on, let's do this! Come on! Let's go!
It's getting raw, people!
Hey, everyone!
We're pregnant! Oh my gosh, look at this on camera! We got another one in the oven, folks. Look at this. This is amazing. Oh,
you're so glowy.
Thank you.
So amazing.
I feel like cake.
It's a tear to my eyes.
It's amazing.
Oh God. Oh. That's getting raw. Yeah, look at that.
By the end of the year, I was at the top of my game, directing the latest installment in one of my most successful franchises. After the Uncle Bruce series and the Rapid and Rather Angry series, I've never directed anything more popular than the Nabbed films. During one of the early scenes, we called up Leslie and Travis to fill in as 2 strangers sharing a cab.
Listen here, you piece of human garbage. I don't know who you are, but I know you have my family, and I assure you, you are messing with the wrong cab driver. And the second I finish my shift, I'm coming for you.
Oh my God, my wire just broke.
Coming for me? Do you think this is a game? A movie? This is no joke. Your pretty little wife is right here in front of me. I'm staring at her tears. Your little girl, little boy, both in the basement where I'm willing to let them sit and rot. So do you want them back or not?
Listen here, you piece of human scum. Of course I want them back, but I have fares to pick up. What good is a family if they don't have money to come home to?
Oh, I don't think I need to push it.
Okay, I feel kind of bad about not noticing the first time around, but does anybody else find these 2 very distracting?
Listen here, you piece of human excrement! The first thing they teach you in taxi school is that it's not safe to drive while you talk on your phone. So the longer you keep me pulled over, the longer it'll take me to meet your demands. Now, if you want me to—
You are not making the rules here. Stop trying to be a hero.
Now I demand absolute silence. I have a gun pointed at your lovely bride's head right now. And if I hear even the quietest sound come from that jalopy you're driving around, even the tiniest little peep, I'm painting the walls with her brains.
You mother... You did this to me!
The first time we took your family, we made a mistake by not telling you to come alone. So come alone. The second time, we didn't warn you not to get the cops involved. That should have gone without saying. It was clearly an oversight on our part. So do not get the cops involved. And the third time, well, who knew not killing your dog would have literally come back to bite us? But that has been taken care of, so it's up to you now. Be at the northeast corner of Blackford and Bell at precisely 5.
And there you have it. The story of 2 people who came together through their mutual love of being in the background of really great films. From everyone at Evanston Lives, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I'm Anderson Marx, and—
Wait a second. I mean, if this is a special about us, we should get to say something, right?
Exactly. And now that everyone's eyes are on us, I have something to say. Leslie, from the bottom of my heart, I